It was a bright morning at Sunny Star School. Little Lily walked into her classroom with a big smile. She loved school, her teacher, and her friends. Today was special because everyone would get a turn to share their favorite toy. Lily felt excited. She wanted to talk first. When the teacher asked a question, Lily raised her hand but started talking before her name was called. "Lily," said the teacher kindly, "please wait for your turn." Lily felt a little embarrassed and quiet. Next, the class lined up to wash their hands. Lily rushed to the front and pushed a little. Her friend Ben looked sad. "I was waiting," Ben said softly. Lily looked at Ben and felt sorry. The teacher smiled and said, "Waiting your turn shows kindness and respect." Lily listened carefully. She took a deep breath and decided to try again. During story time, Lily raised her hand and waited. This time, the teacher called her name. Lily felt happy and proud. Later, Lily waited patiently in line and let Ben go first. Ben smiled and said, "Thank you." At playtime, Lily waited for her turn on the slide. When it was her turn, everyone cheered. Lily realized that waiting made school more fun for everyone. At the end of the day, Lily felt proud of herself. She learned that waiting her turn helps everyone feel happy and safe at school. Waiting your turn shows respect, kindness, and good manners. Thinking before we act helps us make smart and safe choices every day. When we stop and think, we can stay calm and avoid mistakes. Acting too fast can cause problems, but thinking first helps us choose the right words and actions. When we pause, take a breath, and look at our choices, we feel proud of ourselves. Smart thinking helps us listen better, speak kindly, and make good decisions at home and school. Remember, kids, stop, think, and then act, because smart choices bring happy results. One afternoon, a young boy named Sam was playing with his blocks when his tower suddenly fell down. Sam felt his face get warm, his hands felt tight, and he felt very angry. He wanted to shout and throw the blocks, but instead he sat still and felt confused about his big feeling. Sam thought being angry was bad, and that made him feel even worse. Just then, his mom came and sat beside him. She gently said, "It's okay to feel angry. Everyone feels angry sometimes." Sam looked surprised because he thought only kids felt angry, but his mom explained that even grown-ups feel angry too. She told Sam that feelings are like waves, they come and go. What matters is what we do when we feel angry. She showed Sam how to take a deep breath, count to 5, and squeeze his hands gently instead of hitting or shouting. Sam tried it, and slowly his body felt calmer. His mom then asked him to use words to say how he felt. Sam said, "I feel angry because my tower broke." His mom smiled and said she was proud of him for using his words. Together, they picked up the blocks and tried again. This time, Sam felt more patient and careful. At school the next day, Sam felt angry again when he had to wait for his turn. He remembered what he learned and took deep breaths instead of pushing. His teacher noticed and praised him for calming himself. Sam felt proud because he learned that anger is a normal feeling, but hurting others is not okay. By the end of the day, Sam understood that feelings do not make him bad. How he handles them makes him strong. He learned that it is okay to feel angry, and it is always okay to ask for help. Sam smiled, knowing he was learning how to take care of his feelings in a kind and healthy way. All feelings are okay, but we must choose kind and safe actions. Ben and Leo were best friends who loved playing together every day after school. One afternoon, they both saw a shiny red fire truck in the toy corner, and at the same moment, they ran toward it. Ben grabbed one side, and Leo grabbed the other, and suddenly they were pulling the toy back and forth. Ben said, "I had it first," while Leo shouted, "But I want it now." Their happy playtime quickly turned into angry faces and loud voices. The fire truck almost fell to the floor, and both boys felt upset. For a moment, they did not feel like friends anymore. Just then, their teacher calmly walked over and said, "Stop, take a deep breath, and talk." Ben and Leo slowly let go of the toy and took a breath. Ben said he wanted the fire truck because he loved rescue trucks, and Leo said he wanted it because he had never played with it before. When they listened to each other, they realized both feelings were important. The teacher smiled and asked them to think of a fair solution. Ben suggested taking turns, and Leo suggested playing together. They decided to set a timer so each friend could play for a few minutes, and then they would switch. Soon, they discovered something even better. They could play together by making a rescue game with a fire truck. They laughed, shared ideas, and worked as a team. The fire truck became more fun when they played kindly instead of fighting. At the end of playtime, Ben and Leo felt proud because they solved the problem without crying or pushing. They learned that toys are fun, but friendship is more important. When friends talk, listen, and share, everyone feels happy. That day, Ben and Leo understood a big lesson. Wanting the same toy does not have to break a friendship, it can make it stronger. Talk, share, and take turns to solve problems kindly. One day after school, a kind little girl named Emma was playing with her best friend Lily in the playroom. They were building a tall castle with colorful blocks and laughing together. While reaching for a block, Emma accidentally knocked over Lily's part of the castle. The blocks fell, and Lily felt sad. Emma felt upset too, but instead of saying anything, she crossed her arms and stayed quiet. Emma felt a tight feeling in her chest because she knew she had made a mistake, but she felt shy and nervous to say sorry. Lily turned away, and the room felt quiet and uncomfortable. Just then, Emma's teacher gently came over and asked what happened. Emma looked down and said softly that she did not mean to knock the blocks over. The teacher smiled kindly and explained that everyone makes mistakes, but saying sorry helps fix hurt feelings. Emma took a deep breath and looked at Lily with a small voice but a brave heart. Emma said, "I'm sorry for knocking over your blocks." Lily looked at Emma and smiled because hearing sorry made her feel better. Lily said, "It's okay. Let's build it again together." The girls worked as a team and made an even bigger castle than before. Emma felt proud and happy because saying sorry was not as scary as she thought. Later that day, Emma remembered the lesson at home when she accidentally bumped into her little brother. She said sorry right away, and he smiled. Emma learned that saying sorry does not mean you are bad, it means you care about others' feelings. By the end of the day, Emma understood that kind words can fix small problems and make friendships stronger. She promised herself to be brave and say sorry whenever she made a mistake, because being kind is more important than being right. Saying sorry helps heal feelings and makes friendships stronger.